Hidden in the heart of this Peruvian desert off the coast is a hidden city you need to see. So welcome to Chan Chan. This is the largest Adobe brick city in the world. Built from sun-dried bricks, this ancient city holds secrets of visionary rulers, artisans, and legendary engineering systems. But what do its weathered walls and intricate carvings reveal about the Chimú society, beliefs, and their use of human sacrifices? So how did the people here thrive in one of the driest places on Earth? Therefore, was Chan Chan more than just a city? Could it have been a spiritual center or a symbol of cosmic order? Join me as I uncover the mysteries of Chan Chan, a testament to human ingenuity and enduring history. So they had sacrifices here. They would actually sacrifice children at some point. Feel a little bit like you're Indiana Jones here and you're trekking through the desert. It's about time. Let's start this episode of Traveling on the Go. So we're headed to Trujillo, not far away from Lima, and I've always been curious about Chan Chan. I've heard a lot about these giant adobe walls. Now, some people say that they're up to 40 feet high. That's about 12 meters. You can see from the drone shot, they stick out from above. It's definitely something that is on a bucket list of mine, and as I get close, I'm going to walk and talk on the microphone. You can see as I point up here how far these walls are really. This is one of the tallest sections that I found so far, walking right into this area. And they're also said to be about 17 feet thick in some areas. That's about 5.2 meters. But the big question I have and I want to find out is, in one of the driest regions on Earth, how in the world do you grow crops and maintain a thriving population and civilization throughout the years? So this is one of the smaller walls you're gonna see. I mean, it goes up, the big ones go up another 20 feet, possibly, maybe more than that. And for this to all be adobe brick is insane. I mean, this is something you see in kind of a fairy tale, you know, something you might see in the Middle East. Just amazing. So they had sacrifices here. They would actually sacrifice children at some point, or adults too, but this was offering to the gods. So sacrifices were a key part of the culture. You know, movies, you can't believe everything that you see, but you know, the Inca traditions, the Chimú here, and the Moki before, they all use sacrifices in their culture. So this is the adobe brick, the largest adobe brick city in the world, just massive, over 20 kilometers big. And that's just kind of the interior of the city in 850 AD. But I mean, you can see how they did the adobe here. And these dry conditions preserved everything. So you're talking, you know, over 1,000 years, and it's looking, you know, like people were here maybe 200, 300, 400 years ago. Now, Chan Chan is one of the driest places in the world. Not as dry as, say, as the Atacama Desert in Chile. That's the driest. It gets less than 1 millimeter of rain per year. This place took off around 850 AD. Now, if you're wondering some other civilizations during the time, the Byzantine Empire, which was part of the Roman Empire at that time, the Khmer Empire in Cambodia, this is around the same time frame as these giant empires. So how did the people here thrive in one of the driest places on Earth? So this civilization was really known for agriculture, really put this thing on the map. The Chimú civilization in Chan Chan mastered agriculture and water management in Peru's arid desert. They built an advanced system of canals, reservoirs, and aqueducts to bring water from distant mountains, ensuring crops thrived even in extreme dryness. Large reservoirs stored water during the rainy season to sustain the year-round problem. Raised agriculture terraces prevented runoff and maximized water retention, supporting crops like maize, beans, and cotton in an otherwise inhospitable environment. But just a massive part of the civilization, not to mention obviously the sea's not far away. They were masters on the sea, and just amazing how they expanded this empire. And then the other thing is the unmatched kind of technology at the time with Adobe brick. So they got this down to a science, built these giant walls you can see right there, and just massive. You feel a little bit like you're Indiana Jones here and you're trekking through the desert. I'm getting more and more vultures above me. Fresh meat, bacon in the sun. So this empire, ooh, look over here. They really controlled up to about 1,000 miles along the coast in Peru. Obviously the big fishing culture, you can see it in a lot of the sculptures on the wall. They have a lot of things that resemble fishing nets. They're using reeds for this. Fish in general, a lot of birds, but you can see that all over this whole civilization. So the weather here is around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, but I tell you what, I have this on here. I'm not cold, I'm not hot, but I can feel the sun just burning up my neck, a little bit of my face, and it's amazing. You would think it's the perfect weather, which that's what it feels like. But it is, I think, so dry that the heat, the sun is just baking everything. So what was the purpose of the inner part of the Chan Chan area here? It's basically the elites, like I was saying before. They had 10 palaces, and from outside the gates here, the giant gates, you'd have a lot of irrigation, farming, villages, and then their empire was just very vast. So from the 9th century up until the 15th century, this kingdom was absolutely vast. It wasn't until later on in the 14th century that the Incas came in and they conquered everyone here. And then the Spanish came in later. And a lot of people don't know the Incas actually only lasted around 70 years, their vast empire. So keep following the fish. So guys, if you want to come here to Chan Chan, this is about 3 miles outside of Trujillo, Peru. It's very close to the ocean, just on the other side. And you can see walls everywhere. This is kind of like a walled city. You can go to the inside. They have a museum, and it's a lot less adventure. You can get a tour guide for maybe $20. But this is what I love, middle of nowhere. Nobody's out here. Super dry, but you can see the history. You can just feel the architecture of what this place looked like. So the size of this empire and its height was around 20 kilometers big. Now it stretched a lot longer going up and down the coast. Huge fishing village. You can see particular fishing boats that people used, and they're all made out of reeds. They would fit 1 or 2 people on there, fish and do that, and kind of bring in the harvest for the day. Oh, it's better up here. So I'm taking the higher path. Whoa. And you can see the wall. I'm gonna flip this around so I don't fall over. Look at the wall. Higher than me right now. Wow. You can barely see the ocean out there. There's a road in front of it. So if you want to come out here and get a good hike in, on your way here, it's quite dirty. Unfortunately, I wasn't expecting that. Bless everyone's heart here. But yeah, there's a lot of trash on the side of the road as you come out here. Trujillo's nicer, but it's still pretty beat up. Spend some time maybe in Plaza de Armas, but definitely come out here for a little hike and bring your suntan lotion. In the sands, if you keep digging, you're gonna find a lot of artwork, some tapestries, clay pottery, a lot of things that they used to make around here. You can, if you go over to the Mochi side, it's a different area, different type of mountain over there. You're gonna see more of that pottery and the mosaics. But as you dig through here, not only the Adobe bricks, but you're gonna see a lot of that craftsmanship that made this place so amazing. Hey guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video on Chan Chan. This was an amazing civilization and hike around this coastal area in Peru that I really hope you get to see one day. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments, and I will see you on the next video in the next adventure. Take care, guys.